Hi, I'm Chris with RVMP, and this is our 4000E generator right here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys where you can locate the inverter in your generator, as well as how to disconnect it and replace it. Now, it's important to mention, as we have in other videos regarding inverters in our other gens, that doing this replacement yourself will void your warranty with us at RVMP. So we do recommend, because this is a more complex issue and a more complex part to get into, that you take this in to get serviced by a properly trained professional. If you do DIY it, then hopefully you'll have success, but that would void your warranty in case anything goes wrong. So just keep that in mind as we go forward throughout this video. Now, the inverter is going to be this silver box right here, in addition to the larger silver box directly beneath it. If you are familiar with our other generators at all, you'll notice that the larger box on the bottom is pretty much a carbon copy of the inverters you'll see in those other gens. It just has this extra box at the top. There are a lot of connection points with the inverter to the other points of the generator that you're going to have to disconnect and worry about before you can actually do anything in regards to removing it from the gen. So as you can see, there are multiple different wire points, such as this, these, all of these down here, that connect the inverter to the various other different parts of the generator. They're on both this side and on the back side facing towards the engine. These things are pretty simple. They're not super complicated. They're simple push and then pull apart wires. So there's a little tab, push it down, and then you disconnect it like that. Then you reconnect it in the same fashion. So make sure that the first thing you do is you disconnect all of these wires. And even before that, the actual first thing you should do is to take a picture of how everything is configured and how everything is connected. And then from there, you can go and reference it back later. If you, once you get the inverter switched and you're rehooking everything up, you don't want to connect the wires to the wrong place. So make sure that you take a picture of everything or a video so that you have a good frame of reference. Then remove your wiring all across, disconnect everything in that fashion. Then there's going to be some things that you have to drill, or I guess unbolt. The inverter itself is bolted to the body of the generator in multiple places. There's one spot down here right on the corner that's fairly easy to see. There's another spot opposite that on the other side, and you're also going to see, I believe, the same thing over this way. So make sure you get those base bolts out. You're also going to have bolts over here on this side of the inverter, as well as on this side, that connect it to kind of this larger frame. You're going to need to undo those as well to loosen it up. And there are other various bolts connecting the inverter to things like the fan. So you'll have to remove the fan over here on the side so that you can get better access to the inverter. In fact, you may have to remove the fan before you do a bunch of those bolts I just mentioned so that you're able to access those points easier. When you're talking about the inverter, it's important to know that this is what takes the raw energy and electricity being produced by the engine over here and basically translating it into safe electricity for your sensitive electronics that you're going to be using, so things like microwaves and air conditioners. That is the role of the inverter, so it is very important. You want to be very careful when doing all this, so I would recommend removing the fan, removing all of these surrounding pieces like this right here, unbolting them all from the inverter before you do anything past that point. Once you get everything unbolted and unattached via the wires, you should be clear to remove your inverter. You will have to lift upward and pull it out, and then comes the fun part where you get your new inverter and you place it back into the same place, and you'll have to rebolt everything that you just unbolted. So these 2 points down at the bottom, you'll have to rebolt it, the connections over here and over here. And you will also obviously have to redo all the wiring. That's where that picture or video you took earlier is going to come into play. So make sure that you are very, very careful when doing all of this. But once you get all of that refastened, rebolted, and reconnected, you should be in business. Once again, just to reiterate, this is not a repair that we recommend you guys do yourselves, although you are, it's feasible. We would recommend you bringing this into a service representative so that a trained professional, they can actually work on it. They will know exactly what to do without causing any hiccups. So we do recommend you bringing it into a professional And doing this yourself will void your warranty with us at RVMP. So keep that in mind before you make any decisions. But that is where and how to remove and replace the RVMP inverter in the 4000E generator.